Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. I'm Bobbie, and today I have something so crazy for you guys. So, you know how I love to film all kinds of weird content, stuff about weird history. I love to film stuff about UFOs, UAPs, that kind of thing. Well, last night I was sitting outside, relaxing under the stars and just kind of enjoying my evening. And I saw a star up in the sky and it was really, really bright. And I wondered, what star is that? So I have this app on my phone and it's called the Skyview app. I'm not sure if you've heard of it or not. I'm definitely not sponsored. I paid for it. There's a Skyview Lite and then there's like the full Skyview app. And it's so cool. I paid for the whole thing. But what the app does is you can like hold your phone up into the sky and it's going to show you where all the different constellations are and what their names are and the names of all of like the stars and the planets and things like that. So I pulled that out to see what this star was because it was so bright. And I was looking at it. I don't even remember what the star was. I think it was Polaris or something. But while I had my phone out and I had the app open, I thought, you know, I want to see like where the planets are tonight, because the bright light I saw, I thought had to be a planet. It wasn't. It was a star, but it was that bright. So I took my phone and I was like looking, and you can actually take your camera and put it down so that you can see like southern hemisphere. So even though we can't obviously see it, it's on the other side of the planet, the app still is going to work. So you can kind of see where things are in relation to where you are. So I was looking for the different planets, and I saw that the sun, or the, excuse me, the moon was below the horizon. Okay, so that was the first thing I noticed. What was that? The moon was not up; it was beneath the horizon. And then there was a row of planets. So it went like, I think last night, I don't know, I saw Mars. No. I saw Venus, Jupiter. I don't know. There was like a row of planets and they're all kind of lined up underneath in like the southern hemisphere. So I'm looking at this and I'm thinking like, this is so cool. So right now I'm aware, okay, this is where the moon is. This is where the planets are. So I still have my phone in my hand and I look up into the sky and I see this glowing orb. Let me show you.
Oh my God. Am I finally seeing a fucking UFO? Is that a fucking UFO? It's just a light in the sky that's just big and blurry. Am I finally fucking capturing something? How do I turn my goddamn flash off? It's so bright. Dude, what the fuck is that?
So I wanted to make sure after seeing this that I was not a crazy person. So I called to my kids. My son was having a sleepover. So I called to his friend and my son and my daughter and had them all come outside and had them like look up in the sky with me to see what was going on. Now in that first video, you'll notice that that light, that orb was very stationary. Okay. I think it moved a little bit, but it was staying in one spot. You can see when I zoom out, where you can see the house and you can see where it's at. It's stationary. All right. So then I call everybody out to come see what I'm seeing, and I filmed that. So let's watch that video.
What is this?
What is that?
No, that's not the moon.
It's moving. Nathan, come here. Wait, that's moving.
Look at it in the camera.
No, that's moving.
It's an UFO! Look at, okay, look, this is crazy. Because look, there's an airplane or a helicopter flying right there. And here's this. And look, it's going up in the sky.
That's a UFO, sir.
No. You guys, look at that. That is not a star.
That's a UFO.
Yes, I do.
It's shaped like one too. It's literally shaped like one. Do you see the shape?
Yeah. You guys, how fast is it moving?
That's like really fast. Space. Should I post on YouTube? How does that? What do you mean?
Okay,
Bro, stop.
oh my God, it's going so fast.
Mom said that to me. Mine is blue.
Dude, did you look from where it started, not where it is? But it's far.
What?
It's so hot.
No, but it was lower down.
You guys, and it's going so high. Look at how high it's going.
It's so fast.
Look, you guys, that's a freaking UFO.
Per chance.
Imagine we posted it and the
Look at it, and then it's gonna disappear. Look,
it's actually gone. It's a star. Oh no.
that was not a star.
It's our dad.
Those are stars.
So after this video, we watched the sky and the light came back and then faded out again. I have a very like quick little snippet.
It's back.
What is that?
I wasn't quite fast enough. I got like the tail end of it on video, but that was it. But so the light went out as we saw in the last video, and then it just kind of came back and then it went away again. So I went online and I have been researching anything and everything that was happening in the sky last night. I was looking for missile testing. I was looking for SpaceX launches. I was looking at ISS movement, all of those things. But there was nothing that I could find that was happening in the sky that would explain the movement of that object. Because if it was a SpaceX launch, I've seen SpaceX launches. I actually have video of it and I'll insert it here. The SpaceX satellite launches actually do go above where I live. But they look very different and they don't appear stationary and then move really fast and then disappear. It's a much different look. So I don't know, missile testing, a missile, again, it's not going to be stationary and then move horizontally. You guys know me, like this is something that I have wanted to see for so long, and seeing something like this, I was so excited, but I'm still me. And as much as I would love to say, oh my gosh, you guys, I saw a UFO. There is the question of, well, what else could it have been, right? Because we have to look at things from a rational, logical viewpoint to understand what it is exactly that we are looking at. So there is one other, I think, explanation as to what it could have been. And the only other thing that I can think of is it could have been technology from like US military or some other country. I don't think it was probably from some other country. I think it was like US intelligence. I don't think it was, but it could have been US intelligence creating some type of a vehicle that's going to move like a UFO. So, you know, we don't know for certain that UFOs come from space. I mean, or I guess not come from space, but come from something other than humans. And I do believe that, but I also know that there have been a lot of government military programs which have also recreated vehicles that will mimic a UFO. It's funny because the video that I was going to do first on this channel is a video about how the USSR and America had in the 60s created these UFOs, and talking about, you know, how do we know the difference of if it's something that's created by our government and something that comes from other intelligence. And then lo and behold, this happened. So this is I mean, we can look at this and we can say, what was this? Could it have been a UFO? Absolutely. Could it have been some type of a craft made by our government to do things that we have like things that are capable of things that we have no idea of, you know, what it could do? Absolutely. So you know, I mean, who knows? It could be either one of those options. I think either one of them is viable. I would hope that I saw something from, you know, different intelligence, other intelligence, non-human, but we don't know. I do think it's interesting. There were some women in Henderson, Nevada who saw the same thing at the same time, and the video was posted on TMZ. So let's take a look at that video.
We're seeing what? What if it just dropped down right now? Look how it looks. Oh, do you see that? Yo.
Why does it look like that? It's bright.
It's dimming. Do you see it?
It is. It disappears on the ship. Shut up, fool.
Oh
Shut up, fool.
my god.
It's gone. Now it's a star.
Oh my god.
It's gone. It's gone.
But looking at these videos, I can't find anything that moved exactly how what I saw moved. So the video in Henderson that the lady shot, it looked like it was just kind of it was there and was just kind of falling, and then it went out. What I saw was stationary for quite some time, and then we saw the movement. Now, if that stationary thing that I saw was like, this is what I can't even, like, I'm trying to figure this out, because if the stationary thing that I saw was the second launch of the Falcon 9 in space, then if it would have detached, then it could have had that rapid movement that we saw in the second video. But then there was nothing left of the glowing orb over here. So in the video that I film of the Falcon 9, that it's like during the day and you can see it, when it separated, you could see there were two parts. There was the part that was left or whatever, then the part that was like projecting forward. So you could clearly see them. They were illuminated for a while. The second one that came off was illuminated for a while before it went out. But the video that we were watching, the orb itself, the whole thing was stationary, and then the whole thing moved. So I don't know. I mean, to me, it does not look like it's the same behavior of the first Falcon 9 launch that I saw. So I don't know. I mean, or could it have been there were things up in the sky during the launch? I mean, there are so many videos of intercontinental ballistic testing that's been shot into the sky, and then out of nowhere these like beams of light have come and just like neutralized them, and no one knows what it is or why it happened.
They actually photographed the UFO following the missile as it climbed into space and shining a beam on it, which neutralized the missile.
It flew into the frame like this, and it shot a beam of light at the warhead, which is represented by my thumb here. So this thing fires a beam of light at the warhead, hits it, and then this thing flies up like this, fires another beam of light, goes around like this, fires another beam of light, goes down like this, fires another beam of light, and then flies out the way it came in. And the warhead tumbles out of space. Now when the lights came on, Major Mansman turned around and looked at me and said, "Were you guys screwing around up there?" And I said, "No, sir." And he said, "What was that?" And I said, "It looks to me like we got a UFO."
You know, maybe as we're doing more and more things up in the sky, there are more and more people coming in to make sure that we're not, you know, messing stuff up. And that could be too, you know, I mean, who knows if it's Falcon 9, if it's UFOs, if it's government vehicles. But I can tell you this, there's a lot of technology out there that we have no clue exists. And I do believe that our government does know that it exists, because they can either see it or they're using it. You know, it's like, it's one of the two. We all have eyes, we see it's happening. So they either see it and know it's happening, or they've already, you know, tapped into that intelligence themselves. And there's a lot that's not being told to the public. Now, I understand that there's national security, and it comes to, you know, are people going to freak out if there is a disclosure of, you know, there's alien life out there, or, you know, non-human intelligence. But we're getting to the point where it's kind of getting too late. Like, they've already squeezed the toothpaste out of the tube. We've already seen it. So what's going to happen? Are they going to continue to feed us propaganda that, you know, anyone who talks about this stuff or sees this stuff is crazy? Because that's been working for, you know, 80 years. And now that it's becoming more and more commonplace, and more people are seeing it, and more people are realizing, no, these people aren't crazy. People are seeing these things, and more people are seeing it much more frequently. It's like, okay, so now what? So Anyway, I hope that you found this video entertaining. If you like this kind of content, please be sure to give this video a thumbs up. Also, if you have not yet subscribed, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. And if you want to be notified when I upload new content, then go ahead and hit the notification bell. Thank you so much for hanging out with me, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.